Hey guys, been out digging in the weeds again. I told Brenda Crozier I'd been marking my mullein spots all week, so I wanted to show you what I got. I just took my bucket. My husband is a good sport. He pulls over on the side of the road for me to collect weeds, he says. So, he's good to me. Found some more yarrow. I'll stick that into my tincture. I got lots and lots of mullein tops. They grow like this. Sorry, the light's not very good today, but it's the blossoms that I want here. I wish it was all filled with blossoms, but I got enough stalks, I think, that I'll be able to make some oil. And I'll show you how to make the oil. It's very simple. Just kind of stick it together and let it steep for a few weeks. So I got lots of tops, not many flowers, but I think there'll be enough. And lots and lots of bugs too. The bugs love mullein. And I picked up some more plants to identify too. I thought when I drove by this that it was elderberry, but it's not. It doesn't have the right leaves, so I gotta see what this is. Maybe hemlock? I don't know. I'll see, and I'll let you know about that. Sorry, I'm out of frame. I dropped my mullein leaves. So anyway, here's a little one. I don't have one with a real good flower to show you up close, but I'm sure that you've seen them all over the place. Here are the leaves. They're very characteristic. The stalk sticks way up in the air, and that's how you can identify mullein. And the leaves are really, really fuzzy, and they're kind of powdery when you feel them. The folk name for them is bunny ears, so I thought that was cute. And let's see what else. More yarrow, more St. John's wort for my tincture. I'm making a tincture of St. John's wort. And I got lots and lots of mullein leaves to dry, and some flowers. And I found some wild low bush blueberries to transplant. So I got some of those too while I was out. And I have a lot of, the flowers fall off really easy on the mullein. Oh, so I picked them all up off the truck floor. I'll give them a bath and stick them in the oil too. So I don't know what that is. We'll throw that one out. Okay. So yeah, that's what I got today. Now comes cleaning it all off and fixing it up and sticking it into either my tincture or my dehydrator or my oil. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I want to wash the mullein flowers off before I put them in the oil. They're dusty and dirty, and there were bugs all over them, and I'm just getting really cold water in the bowl. I'm going to float the flowers for a little bit. Let them clean off. Try not to smush them, because that will release the oils that you want in your oil. So you don't want to do that. It's a very messy job. Just pick the buds off and drop them in the cold water. So I'm going to make some earache oil with garlic and mullein flowers. So I'm just going through the stalk here, picking out the buds and the blooms. See, I don't know if you can see it. I only use the ones with the yellow on them. I think that it makes for a better oil that way. So you need quite a few tops to do it that way, but a lot of people just soak the whole thing in the oil, but I like to just use the blossoms and the buds. So, and to that I will add some garlic cloves. Once this steeps for a couple weeks, I'll add the garlic. I find that if you do it too soon, that the garlic kind of overpowers the mullein aspect, and you really want a lot of mullein for the earache oil. So just go around picking off the buds and the flowers, and I'm sticking them in the bowl of cold water to make sure they're nice and clean. You don't want to use warm or hot water just because you don't want to extract those medicinal constituents until it's in the oil. So some people heat the oil first. I don't. I like to just put it in a nice warm place for about 4 to 6 weeks. Usually right around 6 weeks I'll strain it. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing today in between working. So it takes a little bit, but once you make the oil, it lasts a good year anyway. I do have to pick blackberries later, so I'll suit up for that. That's a hot job. But I don't know if you can see them, all teeny tiny scratches all over me from gathering blackberries the other day. So today I'm going to put a shirt on, long sleeve shirt, so I don't get all scratched up. They're in full bloom here, and nice and ripe and plump and juicy. I made jam the other day, and then I made a sauce to go on to angel food cake. That was really yummy. We've been eating the rest of it on toast. So I'm going to gather some more up and make jam and can it for the winter. And look at that one. That one came out really cool. I love mullein. I think it's so neat. And, I have lots and lots of leaves too. I'm going to stick on my dehydrator. Alright, these will go out to the compost. And hopefully I'll get some little mini mullein plants again this year. And I just swirl it around the cold water to rinse it off. And I rinse it a couple times just to make sure I get all the impurities out. I'm just going to take this was a salsa jar. I'm just going to fill the flowers in here. Whoops, forgot to dry them off. I'm going to pat them dry with some napkins or paper towel, whatever you have. Kitchen towel. Don't push too hard because you don't want to crush them. But just want to dry it off a little bit so it's as pure as possible. Gentle, gentle. I'll tell you, this stuff works like a charm. Especially with the garlic in it too. Works really well. Pretty dye. They used to use it for sheet dye or clothing dye in Roman times. So I think that was pretty interesting. So just pop these in the jar. The bowl's a little overkill. Yeah. Normally when I make this, I like to use a light oil, but I forgot to order some, and the mullein is right now, so I'm just going to fill it up with olive oil. This is the extra virgin. It's a little thicker than I want, but I might add something to it, the vitamin E oil. Just thin it out a little bit and it'll keep it from going rancid too. And you just want to make sure all the flowers and buds are below the oil so it doesn't rot. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more in there. A wee bit more. There we go. And you want to shake this, I don't know, like 2 times a day, something like that. Now to this, I have about, I would say, 3/4 of a cup of oil, maybe a cup. So I'm going to add like 20 drops of rosemary. And this will keep it from going rancid. I just use the Now brand, whatever the health food store has. Alright. Oh, it smells so good. Yum. Okay. Shake it all up and let it sit for a good, probably 2 months before I strain it. And then I'll make really good wound oil and earache oil. If anybody comes down with an earache this winter, or even next summer, it'll keep about a year, as long as it's in a cool, dark place. Okay, so the mullein leaves, I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm going to put them all in a bowl of water. Kind of rinse them off a little bit. I got strawberry and basil in my mullein. Oh, okay. So, let's see, mullein. So I'm just going to wash them in the bucket of water. And you don't have to be too fussy, just to get the dirt off and things. I just lay them out on a towel, dish towel to dry. Whoops. I have a dirt thing on my dish towel. There we go. And I just lay them out and pat them dry, and then they will go on my dehydrator for, I don't know, probably, I never time it. Say probably 4 hours, 5 hours, somewhere in there. When they start getting a little crispy, then I'll take them off and let them air dry the rest of the way. I love my dehydrator. It makes gathering herbs so much easier than having a bunch of stuff hanging around. Things are ready at the same time so much that my whole barn would be filled with stuff drying. So, and it doesn't get dusty. You know how when you hang something, I don't know about you guys, but we live on a farm, so it's like real dusty all the time. And this keeps it, you know, more clean for your, especially if you're smoking it or smoking the leaves, or doing a poultice or something. You don't want a bunch of dust in it. It kind of, you know, kind of defeats the purpose to me. Sometimes if I have a lot to do, I'll get out the salad spinner and bring them out like I do my salads. So, but this time I don't have a ton, so I'm just going to pat them dry with a dish towel. Do a couple layers here. Wildcrafting my herbs as much as possible. You know, it's just get to connect with the herb better than if you just go to, you know, one of the herbal stores and buy it already done. This lets you infuse it with your intent and, you know, your hopes that everybody's healthy, and you know, you can impart your medical intent into the herb while you're washing it and drying it and all that stuff. Even while you're gathering it, you know, the second you gather it, you can put your intent in to the herb itself. Oh, look at that one, that one's pretty. It's all curly. Okay, so now I'm in my dehydrating room, my laundry room. I'm just gonna stick this stuff on the dehydrator in a single layer, and it will dry really, really fast. My dehydrator doesn't heat up a lot. If your dehydrator has settings, turn it to the lowest setting when you're dehydrating herbs, because you don't want to ruin any of the constituents in it, the medical properties, which can get ruined with heat. So you don't want to do that. And of course my washing machine's on spin right now. Of course it is.